What up, everybody? It is your boy Baddog back with another New York Giants video. As always, appreciate you clicking on the video. Do me a favor, if you took time to click the video, hit the thumbs up. It does help me out a lot. Hit that new hype button. Again, I don't know what the hell it does, but hype up the video. Consider subscribing, especially if you're a Giants fan or if you're an NFC East fan that likes to watch me scream and yell and lose my head after we lose terribly like we did against the Cowboys on Sunday. But always appreciate you watching. Well, here we are. The Giants are 0-2 once again, and they've been 0-2, I think, like 9 of the last 10 years, something insane. They weren't 0-2 in 2022 and 2023, but I'm pretty sure 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 24, now 25. So, yeah, 7 of the last 9 years, we've started 0-2. Just a really bad loss against Dallas. That type of thing can't happen. You got to win those games and you take a lead with 25 seconds to go. But that brings me to the point of the video and the coaching staff, man. The coaching staff is really bad. And it's it's a shame because I actually thought Dable was good. My guy Tudo, big shout out to Tudo, kept telling me Brian Dable was not a good coach. Some other people have said that too. I just always remember Tudo because of the way he colorfully phrases it. But, yeah, man, I didn't want to believe that he was a bad coach. But seeing the penalties, the 14 penalties, 160 yards. They seem unprepared at times. There's a lot of miscommunication. There's mistackling. There's very poor execution amongst these players. Makes you wonder what they practice when they practice. It makes you wonder what they're working on in practice because it never gets better. So, all this has happened to Brian Dable's watch. It really has, and it's been really bad. I think Kafka, I don't really know what his role is here. He was a play caller in 2022, went to the postseason, but it's not like the offense was an extravagant offense. Of course, he didn't have as much to work with. There was no Malik Neighbors there. And, Daniel Jones had a great year. We did also have Saquon Barkley. So Barkley did a lot of the carrying, literally and figuratively, that season for us. But, yeah, man, they won a playoff game, but it was very different. Then Dable took over the play calling. The offense has been dreadful. And Kafka took it over again. He's had one really bad game and one really good game against a very bad defense. Dallas might have the worst defense in the league. I mean, let's not get overzealous. It was nice seeing Ross hit these moon balls. It was nice seeing the Giants score 37 points because God only knows the last time the offense put up 37 against the Colts a couple of years ago. We made the postseason. They put up 38, but there was a pick six by Landon Collins. So it was nice. The Giants put up 500 yards of offense. They moved the ball. It was exciting. But they're not going to do that against Kansas City on Thursday. So Dable's a big issue. And another reason Dable's a big issue is because it's his way or the highway. And you see him have this turmoil with all these coaches, and they're probably afraid to do anything wrong, which is why they're so conservative all the time, because they feel like if they make a mistake or they call a play that's kind of, out of the box and it fails, that Dable is going to rip them a new one. And that's why we had to settle for Shane Bowen, who I think should be fired yesterday. Shane Bowen is the reason they lost to the Cowboys. Shane Bowen has been an atrocity since he's been here. Again, food for thought. He's been here 19 games. The Giants have forced 16 turnovers. When Tommy DeVito won those 3 games in a row in 2023, the defense forced 13 turnovers. 13 turnovers in 3 games, as opposed to 16 turnovers in 19 games. And when your offense isn't really good, and again, we'll see what happens, but don't expect the same offense production against Kansas City you did against Dallas. When your offense isn't really good and you commit a bunch of penalties like the Giants do, and you're not a good football team, man, you need turnovers to flip field position, maybe to set your offense up where they can score and they can get that touchdown that they so desperately need. But Shane Bowen's a terrible defensive coordinator. He's absolutely awful. He's supposed to be this red zone guru. He's not. They score at will. He's supposed to be a run defense stopper. They can't stop a nosebleed. It's like trying to catch an anvil with a wet paper towel. That's a Giants run defense. It's terrible. Brian Dable is supposed to be a quarterback guru. Well, he really looks like a quarterback guru. Josh Allen did nothing but get better after he left. And after Daniel Jones, I know it's only been 2 games, but we see Daniel Jones put 2 games in a row together like that, back to back, ever here with Brian Dable? No. So yeah, he's a real quarterback guru. Now we're going to see Jackson Dart at some point, but I don't know that Dable is going to be around to see it. And I rarely ever go this route with coaching staff. I usually want a clean sweep with the GM and everything else. And maybe it's just me, but I think there's a lot of talent on this team. I think it's poorly coached, and I think the game plans are very bad, and I don't think they coach around the players' strengths at all. I actually think Joe Shane has done a pretty good job the last couple of years of bringing in talent and drafting talent, and I think it's just miscoached completely. And I think if you had a better head coach and a better OC and a better DC, I think this team would win some football games. So I would definitely be an advocate if they decided to let Dable go. I would definitely be an advocate of keeping Joe Shane here. Now, I may be crazy for saying that, but I really do believe there's some talent here. I do believe that he did a good job the last couple of years. But again, the Giants make a lot of mistakes. The Giants lose a lot of close games. They get blown out too by better teams, like the Eagles are just way better than the Giants. Teams that are way better blow us out. But they're in a lot of these games, and it's a play here, it's a misplay there, it's a drop here, it's a penalty there. It's these types of things that keep them from winning. And again, that's preparation. It's discipline or lack thereof. They have guys for a 1-yard loss, and the guy ends up getting 4 yards on the carry because they can't bring him down. First guy never brings him down. So instead of 2nd and 11, it's 2nd and 6. That's a 5-yard difference. It makes a world of difference in a game of inches when you're giving them an extra 5 yards after contact. That can't happen. We've seen players regress here over the years. Bobby Okereke looks like a shell of himself compared to when he was here the first year. So, again, man, a lot of this is coaching. I think the Giants coaching staff is horrendous, and I didn't see it. I was never a huge Kafka fan, although I thought Kafka did a better job against Dallas calling plays. But, again, Dallas's defense stinks. I think Bowen is useless as a screen door in a submarine, and I think Brian Dable needs a pair of cement shoes made for him. We'll throw him right behind me. I'll throw him back there. Big shout out to Sleeper. I want to give a shout out to Sleeper. Thank you so much for sponsoring this channel in the football season. You guys have to check out the Sleeper app. It's pretty much just picking over/under on player stats. You can have a lot of fun. You can do 1,000 times payouts. It's 30 seconds to make an entry. You get voids. If your players get hurt, you can play daily fantasy, Major League Baseball, college football, college basketball. A lot of stuff to do on Sleeper. They also have a great promotion going. Make sure you click the link in the description or the pinned comment in this video. Get your $100 match deposit bonus by depositing $100. Use that promo code BADDOG, BADDOG. Have fun on Sleeper, man. Tomorrow night, I have Devontae A-Chain getting over 36 yards receiving. I have Josh Allen over 227 yards passing, and I have James Cook over 64 yards rushing. Those are my picks this week. What are your picks? How good is your football knowledge? Test your football knowledge on Sleeper. Have a good time. Use that promo code BADDOG. So, again, I think that the Giants coaching staff sucks. I have been an advocate of saying I don't know that I'd want them to be fired because, I was like, don't fire these guys. I think you got to see Jackson Dart. But then I look at how well Russell Wilson played, and I think if Jackson Dart, I don't think Jackson Dart could have done anything better. Again, I think it's coaching, and I think that Jackson Dart's a young guy, and I do think Jackson Dart has a lot of talent. I think he's got the mental capacity to do it. I think he's a smart quarterback. I think he's a confident quarterback. He's athletic. I think he definitely has a skill set to succeed in the NFL, but if he's poorly coached, it's really going to hamper him because Russ is a veteran, and Russ doesn't need coaching at this point. Russ has done it all. He's won a Super Bowl. He's going to Canton. Nothing phases him. He's been to the top of the mountain. He's been a 10-time Pro Bowler. I mean, he's got nothing left to prove. He is beyond coaching. It's kind of like if you're a kindergarten teacher and you can mold their minds when they're 5, but by the time they're 15, you're not really teaching them much about their personality or whatever. So that's kind of Jackson Dart. You got to develop this kid. You got to teach him the ropes. You got to get him better. And if you have a shitty coaching staff, they're going to mess him up. So I don't know that I trust the quarterback guru, Brian Dable, to coach him. I don't. So it's a shame. Offensive line's not very good either. That doesn't help matters. But maybe we got one of Marcus Bowe. I thought he was really good in that game, and he's going to get the opportunity. I don't know when Andrew Thomas is going to play again. So Marcus Bowe is going to have that left tackle spot thanks to James Hudson's blow up and everything else. And again, this type of stuff just cannot happen. And to me, it tells me you're losing control of the team. And like I said earlier in the video, just very undisciplined, very unprepared, and very poorly coached. And I never thought I'd be sitting there saying this about Brian Dable. The other two guys, like I said, I hate Shane Bowen. I never liked that pickup anyway, that signing anyway. But I never thought I'd be down to Dable this early in the year, but I am. And I don't give a shit how close we were to beating the Cowboys. I don't give a shit that we put up 500 yards. We didn't win. And we didn't win because of poor coaching. Shane Bowen playing 20 yards off the line of scrimmage like an idiot, not knowing who the kicker is on the other side of the field. Too many penalties. And that's really it. So you guys, thank you for watching. I always appreciate it. Again, do me a favor, you made this far. Like it, subscribe, share it out with a Giants buddy. And let me know what you think in the comments section. Enjoy the rest of your Thursday and enjoy the game tonight. Giants Collective, 7 o'clock. See you there. Bad D Dizzle out. Peace.